Good evening. I call to order today's Plan Commission meeting on March 20th, 2024. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Present.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Here.
Commissioner Patel?
Here.
Chair Ali?
Yes. Thank you. First item on the agenda, is there a motion to approve the minutes from February 21st, 2024 meeting?
Motion?
Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Shank. Any corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Double dutch.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. On the agenda, we have today a special use permit for a planned development with variances, final development plan, and final plat of subdivision, Scooters Coffee, located at 549 East Mountain Road, project number 412.23. May I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Commissioner Wright, second Commissioner Shank. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Commissioner Patel?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes. Mr. Schmidt, you have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is requesting approval of a special use permit for a planned development with variances, final development plan, and final plat of subdivision in order to allow a drive-through coffee shop at 549 East Boughton Road. The subject site, which is approximately 2 acres in size and zoned O1 limited office, is currently vacant. The Village Board of Trustees approved the original request for a special use permit for a planned commercial development with variances and concept plan for the subject site in September of 2005 via Ordinance 05-099. As part of that approval, the ordinance permitted B2 uses that are otherwise permitted in the B2 district be allowed in the O1 district for the subject property. Additionally, any B2 special uses proposed for that site were to be permitted only upon approval by the Plan Commission and Board of Trustees of a special use permit, and that any drive-through restaurant would also require a special use permit. Ordinance 05-099 also gave variances to waive the berms required by code along Preston Drive and Killdeer Road on the condition that the landscaping and sod that are otherwise required by code be added in those yards, and that an irrigation system for those yards be installed. Per the site plan, access to the site would be provided via 2 driveways, a right-in, right-out driveway on eastbound Boughton Road, which is shared with CubeSmart Self-Storage and the aforementioned proposed Lot 2, and a 2-way driveway off Killdeer Road. Killdeer Road offers access to the signalized intersection of Boughton Road and Preston Drive, providing full access to and from the site onto Boughton Road. Public improvements, such as a public sidewalk within the existing parkway area along Boughton Road, Preston Drive, and Killdeer Road, would remain unaltered as part of any site improvements, with the exception of the installation of the 2-way driveway onto Killdeer Road. A recapture agreement is in place for recouping the cost of prior installation of these improvements, and the petitioner has agreed to provide payment per the agreement. Per the site plan, the applicant is proposing construction of an approximately 664 square foot drive-through Scooters Coffee Shop with 10 parking stalls, which meets the code requirements for parking. There's no dine-in or lounge area at Scooters, and these spaces will primarily be for employees. Per the applicant, all required landscaping, including an irrigation system along Boughton Road, Preston Drive, and Killdeer Road, would be installed per the zoning ordinance requirements. However, as previously noted, Ordinance 05-099 waived the requirements for berms. The petitioner has agreed to install the irrigation system within these yards as required by Ordinance 05-99. The petitioner shall provide details on the proposed irrigation system at time of permit to verify compliance with this condition. Per the applicant, the hours of operation would be from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. 4 employees will be present on the site at peak shift. Given traffic can enter the drive-through from 2 different directions, staff expressed concerns about potential backups from vehicles queuing onto Killdeer Road. In order to mitigate the potential for backups, the petitioner has proposed utilizing a removable gorilla post system of bollards. This would prevent any vehicles entering the site from Killdeer Road from directly accessing the drive-through, and they would instead have to circulate the site in a counterclockwise fashion. This would allow up to 11 vehicles to stack in the drive-through lane without impeding adjacent roadways or the parking area. Staff recommends that any approval of this project include the condition that the village can, at its sole discretion or request, have these gorilla posts permanently installed in order to prevent backups from the drive-through spilling onto public streets. Staff also visited an existing scooters location in Yorkville on February 5th of this year during the morning rush, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., which had at that time been open for approximately 5 months. The following observations were made. Firstly, a maximum of 4 vehicles were stacked in the drive-through at any time. The average time of vehicles spent in the drive-through was approximately 2 minutes. And per scooter staff at the location, around 150 to 200 vehicles a day use the drive-through, with a maximum of 300 vehicles using the drive-through when the location had first opened. Applying the ratio of maximum vehicles at opening to the observed vehicles in the drive-through, it could be contemplated that 6 to 8 vehicles could be stacked in the drive-through at scooters upon opening at the subject site, which is well beyond the capacity provided within the drive-through. As mentioned, the petitioner is proposing to subdivide the 2-acre parcel into 2 separate parcels. The eastern parcel, which is Lot 1, would be 0.9 acres approximately in size and would be developed with the proposed Scooters Coffee Shop. The western parcel, which is Lot 2, would be a little over 1 acre in size and would be offered for future development. Newly dedicated easements for utilities and cross-access would be provided prior to recording. To develop the property in accordance with the site plan, the applicant is requesting a special use permit and variances from the zoning ordinance. The special use permit is to allow a carry-out restaurant with a drive-through lane. This is also something that is required by the aforementioned ordinance 05-99. With the attached plan, the applicant is proposing the 664 square foot coffee shop with drive-through lane. Scooters is a drive-through operation only. Therefore, staff supports the applicant's request, recognizing this to be a significant component of their business, subject to the condition that the village, at sole discretion, can have those gorilla posts installed in order to mitigate any traffic issues. 4 variances are requested. One is to relocate the required foundation plantings due to the location of the drive-through. The applicant is unable to provide them directly adjacent to the building. However, the number of required plantings are still being provided. Therefore, the village supports this request. Secondly, the applicant is requesting a variance to waive the required drive-through island planting bed, which is required in between the drive-through lane and the travel lane for vehicles. Given the site constraints, the applicant has requested variance to waive this requirement. However, they are providing the required plantings elsewhere on the site, and therefore staff supports this requested variation. Lastly, they are also requesting to waive the requirement to provide a planting bed in the western side yard of the property. It is contemplated that with future development of Lot 2, that this area will be developed with a shared parking lot. Therefore, in consideration of this, staff supports the request, provided that any recommendation of approval for this project include the condition that if the future development on Lot 2 does not have a shared parking lot in this location, that the owner of the property shall install the code-required planting bed at the time of development of Lot 2. Staff recommends approval of the requested special use permit for a planned development to allow the carry-out restaurant and the 3 aforementioned variations. And staff recommends approval of the final development plan and final plat of subdivision, subject to the petitioner providing details on the proposed irrigation system at the time of permit for the yards abutting Boughton Road, Preston Drive, and Killdeer Road, and that the village at sole discretion can request that the property owner have the gorilla posts permanently installed within the drive-through to prevent backups spilling onto adjacent public streets. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Jake. Right off the bat, I have a couple. I understand that to monitor or to manage traffic, they've offered to do some type of a bollard, that they'll put the bollards up. And when you visited this location, I mean, between 8 and 9 a.m., I think the coffee people are already gone from 8 to 9. I usually get mine about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not sure if that's an accurate assumption of cars just for. But regardless of that fact, I really would like to know how this bollard system is gonna work, because they said they're gonna put them up, put them down, and secondary, my second question would be deliveries. Is it one delivery or is it multiple deliveries? Because it does say food, milk, and supplies, they occur on a weekly basis. So that 50-foot semi, how is it coming in? Where is it parking? And how is it exiting?
The applicant could better speak to that. I'm not sure if the individuals that walked in are with scooters or not. If they are, they should be able to answer that question for you.
Perfect.
You can come on up.
Hi.
Go on to the mic. Okay,
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll swear you in.
sure. Okay,
You sort of tell the truth at this public hearing?
I do.
Okay, your name?
Tony Siprut. Siprut. Toni. So my first point about the 8 to 9 a.m., I just want to also put out there that the average car does only stay in the drive-through for 2 minutes. So if you contemplate that a car is never in there, we're friendly, fast service. So I want that to be the main part of thinking about the cars coming through. Can we put up a picture of
Yeah, you want to go to the site plan?
the one so I can show them how the cars are going to go through?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So this is like Dunkin' Donuts, right? Comparing it to Starbucks.
It's more a little bit higher level than that. I would say it's, if you can get it at Starbucks, you probably can get it at Scooters. Just
Okay.
our idea is that we do it friendlier and faster.
Okay.
It's really popular in the Midwest. It started in Omaha. It's just coming this way. There's already over 700 locations. 750? Yeah, so they have it figured out. They're definitely like, this is their arena. This will be our second location as franchisees. So,
If you want to grab that microphone,
okay,
you
right
can take
here?
that. Yeah, you can take it.
okay, sure.
I was just in North Carolina and saw one over there.
I'm sorry, say it again?
North Carolina,
Yeah, you've been to one?
and they were headed.
Yeah, they're really great. We really love it. We love the philosophy of the business. We love the idea. We scoot around America and go to different scooters, and we call it Scoot Around America. So we're in it. But the concern here was that the cars would kind of fight each other coming from this way and coming from this way. So the proposal is these are the gorilla posts right here. Oh, thank you. That's magic. So what the cars would have to do if they come in from this road and there is a line, they would come around like this and they would enter the drive-through in an orderly fashion. So there is no kind of arguing who is in line first. These cars would not have the ability to get into the drive-through lane. So again, they would come, if they enter this way, they would go through this secondary drive-through lane, right? And they would merge here, but it shouldn't be a problem because they can see each other. It's not closed off. And then they would enter the car stack here, giving even more car stack and just keeping it very orderly. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Cool.
Tony, could you also
Yeah.
just point out where that ordering board is so they can get an idea of where the car is ordering versus where
Yeah, so there's a little clearance bar right here. And then
I think it's up near that fifth
yeah,
or sixth car.
I
right
think
there.
it's right here. I apologize. On here, it's really small, but I think they're going to order here. So again, if we do have a big line, and we know when that is, it's a science for us. We have people that come out with iPads, kind of like if you were at Chick-fil-A, and we turn on something called line busting. And we will take their orders, so they're always moving. They're either ordering, they're paying, or they're picking up right at the window. And so we kind of keep people busy, even if there's 12, 13, 14 cars in a drive-through lane. I'm not saying that's a case here, but I'm saying that is like very normal for us scooters. In here, we're predicting probably, at most maybe 8 or 9. Would you say, Jesse? I mean, we hope there's more, and we've built in space for that, I believe. But again, you got that 2-minute through the drive-through time, and that's really important to us that we have at minimum 3 espresso machines, and each one of those can do like 2 drinks in like 30 seconds, and we have 3 blenders going at all times. So, and there's somebody on each station, so it's meant to just move really, really quickly. So, and we don't do any Uber Eats or anything like that. You're not picking up anything. Our app is heavily used as well, where people will order ahead, and it will be ready for them when they come. They will also enter through that drive-through line, so we don't want to upset our loyal customers, and they come straight through with that app. What was your other question? I apologize.
Deliveries.
Oh, deliveries, the truck. I might not be the best person for that. Jesse, did you guys have a plan for?
Well, that's why you have the removable gorilla posts that can pull in the back.
Oh, so they can pull here. So that's why they didn't want these to be permanent. So they could pull in so that the garbage is here, and then the back of the so they can go like this? So they have room to turn in here with 2 lanes, you mean?
Why don't you come on up and help us out?
Yeah, you might have to help me with the delivery truck. I apologize.
Don't be shy.
He's been to a few more of these meetings for this location than I have. Well, you're the one who was helping with the planning of that.
We'll
So,
have to get sworn in.
Oh, yes.
No.
You swear to tell the truth at this public hearing?
I do.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, basically the plan is when we were trying to go through planning with this, they were suggesting that this was going to be an exit only, but that created difficulty with our delivery trucks being able to come in. And so we do have the opportunity for delivery trucks to come off hours and make deliveries. And so that's why we wanted to maintain this 2 ways on this entrance here. And so really what we see with the gorilla posts is being able to, on our non-peak times, right? So after the morning rush, removing those, and that at night, that gives the delivery driver the ability to come in here, make his delivery, right? Come in through the back door and then pull out this way.
So he would go where, like, the parking is and go up
Correct.
there. I got
Correct.
it. I see that.
Yeah, he
I
would just
apologize for
basically go like this.
So we would get 2 trucks a week, I believe, 2 deliveries a week from Harvest Roasting, which is our only supplier except for milk. So that it comes from Scooters. They go to all the Scooters. They're, they are a Scooters distribution company. And so they come twice a week. Milk, I'm not exactly sure how many times, but it'll be a local company, and I don't know how big that would be. It wouldn't be like Cisco. It would be like a dairy-only type of company, like Oak Farms or something like that. And we have not figured out who that's going to be, but someone. We like to go with the as local as possible, so it's as fresh as possible.
And the deliveries are off-peak hours, right?
They are. They're all. Yeah. We don't have. Our morning is our is our sunshine. So it would be afternoon or we're open till 8, but obviously that's going to be the slower of the times. But they'll do whatever. They do middle of the night stuff if we want them to. So it's whatever is required of us.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other
Further
questions?
questions from the commission?
So,
Commissioner Shea.
so I see there's the right out, right in, right out on the Boughton, 2 lots over. And then there's the exit off Killdeer that is 2 lots over also. So when you show that connection to the right out, the right in, right out on Boughton,
Here.
that cross, are you building that as part of this development? Or you're waiting until the development of that second lot?
No, it is being built.
That is
So,
the
Part of
developer.
your project or part of the developer's end of the project?
well, the developer will be paying for that because it's part of lot 2, but my general contractor will be doing all the work simultaneously.
Okay.
So it
So
will
they'll
be a
have
part of
access to the
ours.
right- They'll have access to the right in, right out.
Absolutely.
Correct.
It will be fully functional as part of our development.
Which will obviously be the most important access point, given it's on Boughton, so.
Yep.
And the developer slash landlord is here if you have any questions for him.
Any further questions?
When is this supposed to be
I
started?
don't know, how fast can you approve us? I don't know, no.
Our general contractor already has the bids, they're ready to go, so as soon as we get permit approval, we're ready to start construction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all been bid out and we're eagerly excited and ready to go, so. Shouldn't be too, it's a pretty quick process, 4 months.
12 weeks
Yeah.
construction.
The unused lot, any potential of what that might be?
That wouldn't be them. That would be a question for those gentlemen.
Did
sitting
you
out
hear
there.
them?
Yeah, come up real quick. Might as well introduce yourself.
Yep. I'm a singer, so I could just do this all day, but I'm gonna relinquish it now.
You take requests?
Swear to tell the truth at this public hearing?
I do.
Please.
Brett Paul, I'm with X-Site Real Estate.
Use that little one right there.
We're the owner and developer. We are working on a handful of different users, from other food service to what's currently allowed by zoning, which I think is, potentially other retail users. It's zoned, I think, O2 with a PUD in place. So we don't have any imminent plans, but there are, a handful of uses that we've worked with the village on, and, the additional food use is one that we've certainly targeted, bringing something in that's not in the village, or something, I guess, complementary to, the scooters and the storage facility. So I would say working on it diligently, and trying to find that right tenant. But we've been in contact with Matt and Matt Eastman and the mayor, and continue to try to get that filled up.
Yeah, in fairness to Brett and Tom, they've been diligently working on developing this site since they bought it, 3 years ago? 4 years?
I think we had it under contract probably about, close to 3 years ago.
Like
I
in
think
COVID,
we
right?
officially closed. Yeah,
So we've met in person, on the phone, Zoom, probably 25 times. So
I
yeah,
probably bugged Matt more than he'd like.
we've been working on it, just to say the least.
Yeah.
So it's a good site, but I think some of the difficulty that Brett maybe has experienced, I think, is it's just a little bit down the road from the promenade. So a lot of the users that we would hope would kind of target this site have expressed wanting to stay closer to the promenade. So it's this kind of give and take right now that we're working on. So.
And I will say what's we really liked about the scooters use is, one, it brings traffic to hopefully attract that other user, and two, it leaves a piece of land that is, allows a lot of different users from restaurants, whether it's quick service or sit down, to use that land. It's large enough, and it leaves us a nice piece of property left to develop. So that's why we really like the use.
Between Bolton and Featherstone, I don't think there's a coffee shop between that stretch.
Yeah,
You get to James Avenue.
right. The Starbucks, and I've seen the Starbucks in the morning, and it's pretty hectic. So we think this is a nice use.
Strategic. I
Yeah.
think the site is a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Definitely on the right side of the street.
Yes.
Thank you. Any
You're
other
welcome.
questions?
Any other questions?
No? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Do you have any correspondence from the audience? None? I have a motion to close this public hearing.
So moved.
Commissioner Shank, second Commissioner Tucker. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Shank, Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes, Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Patel,
Yes.
Chair Ali.
Yes. Special use permit for a planned development with variances. Scooters Coffee, 549 East Mountain Road. I have a motion to approve the special use permit for a planned development for a final plat and the findings, adoption of findings of fact. Thank you. Commissioner Shea. Second Commissioner Shank. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Shank,
Yes.
Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes, Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Patel,
Yes.
Chair Ali.
Yes. I have a motion to approve Scooters Coffee located at 549 East Mountain Road, project number 412.23.
Motion.
Commissioner Flores.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Patel. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Shank,
Yes.
Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes, Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Patel,
Yes.
Chair Raleigh.
Yes, stand approved. Welcome to Bolingbrook.
Congratulations.
Is there any new business? Hearing none. Any old business? Any citizens to be heard? As chair, I just want to wish our fellow Muslim citizens, residents, happy Ramadan, the holy month, and hopefully everybody's enjoying it. And welcome back, Commissioner Shank.
Thank you.
It's your new 20 by 20 vision. Good to have you back.
Or can see.
That's all I have. Anything from the commissioners?
No,
Spring break's coming up.
spring breaks, so, what is this, spring cleaning week, next week, just so you know,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
I'll let my landscaper know.
I don't know if it's,
The 25th to the 29th?
Yeah. I think you're right.
March,
Yeah.
All right.
There's Wendy.
yes.
Spring cleanup week. There you go. There you go. Good information. Anything else? Anything from staff?
I actually was gonna kind of piggyback on that. Springtime is kind of do-it-yourself construction season, I would like to call it for homeowners. So please just check with us and confirm that the scope of work doesn't require a permit. Always better to ask the question first rather than later. So there'll be a mailer that's going out just with some simple information about the village. And one of those things is just permits are required for a lot of the little things that you think might not. It's like fences, patios, replacing your driveway, anything like that. Please just check with us first, and we will get you through the process quickly. So other than that, that's it.
Thank you. Great information, Matt. I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Motion,
Second.
Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wright. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night, everyone.